Hello? Hello, can you hear me? All right. So, what's up, everybody? Truth is Esguerra from Philippinews.com. Over here with a live Google Hangout. This is my first one ever hosting one of these. And I just wanted to give it a shot, give it some, do something new for the viewers here on Philippine News. It's kind of spontaneous. Had no plans on doing it, but if I'm like, hey, just wanted to, what is that? Give me a second here. All right. Okay, so let's get things started here. A little technical difficulties, but anywho, let's discuss Pacquiao Mayweather. So for you guys don't know, it's the biggest fight of the century last weekend. I don't know if you guys um, were under a rock or something, but if you didn't know, Pacquiao Mayweather happened this weekend. I don't know, man. But so yeah, it was a pretty. From my opinion, I thought it was a great fight. Um, Not just, I mean, technically wise, what Floyd displayed, but what was at stake. Floyd, he was able to demonstrate just how smart he is in boxing. Uh, his jabs, his right counters. I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, you could be a Floyd hater all you want, but you have to admit Floyd did his homework going into the fight. He was really really smart. He kind of knew Pacquiao's timing. Like when, from what I saw in the first round, um, Pacquiao was doing his double jab, straight left combo, and Mayweather just neutralized it with the right hand. It was like a perfectly placed right hand. Um, from what I thought, I thought, from this is not just from what I feel. I felt like after Pacquiao got hit with that counter right shot, I felt, um, man, I know Mayweather really knows his stuff. So I felt like he kind of had to be careful uh, going into the fight and just finishing off the fight that way, because you never know. Mayweather could knock out Pacquiao. There's a lot of people out there saying, Pacquiao can't really get knocked out by Mayweather, but I mean that's not necessarily true. I mean, I believe like Mayweather, he does have a lot of power. Not a lot of knockout power, but a lot of flash power. I mean, the most painful punch is a punch that you can't see, and Mayweather has that, I believe. You could see when some fighters, when they fight Mayweather, they get the jab to the body, in the counter right hand. I mean, you could see people just get pushed back by it. I mean, if Mayweather has no power, why would they get pushed back by a jab or a straight? So I think Mayweather does have power, shocking power. And I felt like Pacquiao was like, I need to be careful after getting hit with that right counter, especially on his bread and butter combo, which is the 1-1-2. Um, yeah, so people saying, Floyd ran. That's his style, to hit and not get hit. So that's what Mayweather does. He has to grab, he has to move around, he has to use lateral movement. Um, and I believe he didn't move around as much compared to past fights. He actually stood in front of Pacquiao, um, you know, more compared to other fights. Like if you watch other fights with, especially like the Maidana fight, uh, what else? Like other fights out there, he actually looked kind of stable in that fight. But you have to give Floyd credit. I mean, he did his homework. You could say with the spies and all that other stuff, all the other X factors that you can't really calculate on paper. But at the same time, like what he said, he's 10 steps ahead of Pacquiao in this fight. So uh, you have to give Mayweather credit. Um, as for Pacquiao, I mean, he did what he could. Sure, you could say all that shoulder stuff, and he admitted he did his best. But you know, he wasn't able to throw a right hook. You could tell the fight. There was a moment in the fourth round where he felt like, oh man, it could go in. He stunned Floyd with a counter left, but he was able to get hit him with a counter left, and he was able to punish Mayweather in the ropes in the fourth round. But he kind of stopped. He kind of felt like, oh man, I think I pulled something on my shoulder. You could make that you could say that was a factor in the fight, the shoulder, but you can't take away anything from Mayweather. Mayweather was just so prepared, and from what I saw for Pacquiao, Pacquiao adjusted twice in this fight. Like you could tell within the first early rounds, Pacquiao was like, he was you doing that bobbing style that he always do, and from the very start, you could tell Mayweather already was prepared for that fighting style. He was countering with his right, jabbing low. Mayweather was jabbing kind of low in that fight, and you could tell it kind of threw Pacquiao off, and so it was very, very like it was kind of like Mayweather was a little too prepared for Pacquiao when it came to the early rounds. Pacquiao adjusted. You could tell in the fourth round and sixth rounds, Pacquiao was he kind of, instead of going to the more bobbing style, he was a little more like waiting to shoot a left hand. He was ready to throw a power shot, and he was able to punish Mayweather in the fourth, and I believe in the sixth round. Even though like in that round Mayweather was able to block some shots. I mean, sure, Mayweather wasn't hurt, but Pacquiao still landed some scoring shots to the body. If he was able to throw like a 6 punches, at least 2 of them got into the side. At least 2 of them would have counted. So I mean, and it would still been an effect, because even if you're still blocking the shot, it would still pound you in your wrists and your arm. It could still take some damage there. It could some wear and tear with your punches. So Pacquiao did his thing. He was able to do what he can. What else want to talk about? I mean, you could say Pacquiao had a solid 4 rounds in the fight. 2 rounds were definitive Pacquiao. 2 rounds were debatable Pacquiao. You could say the 9th and the 10th round; those were the rounds that were given. You could say the last round. Mayweather didn't do anything in the last round. So you could give a 4 rounds, maybe even 5 rounds for Pacquiao. I was talking to some fans after the fight, and they were in the arena. A lot of them gave it to Pacquiao. And there was I was talking to my friend from the UK. His name is Chris. I just met him. I just posted the interview on Philippine News here on the YouTube channel. I was talking to Chris, and he was able to say, "Yo, I thought Pacquiao won the fight. Whoa, that was crazy." And Mosley thought Pacquiao won. Holyfield thought Pacquiao won. Man, to say these people don't know boxing, it's just boxing is it's what you think it is. I mean, it's kind of like art. It's all like this could be art to somebody else, this could not be, but you can't say they don't know boxing. So I mean, you could say a majority of people thought Mayweather won, and there's some people that say Pacquiao won. Yeah, that's what I mean. Pacquiao, he could have done better. Like I just said, as when it comes to the shoulder, there was one thing that was missing in the Pacquiao fight with Mayweather is the right hook, as evident. I mean, just look at it. Where was the right hook the whole fight? How did Pacquiao didn't throw enough jabs in that fight? I mean, Mayweather out jabbed him like. Do I have the punch stats with me? Sorry guys, I'm not even prepared. This was like spontaneous here. See, I got the look at this. I got the punch stats with me. See that? I got the scoring right here, and I got punch stats with me. I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little crooked, but the jabs. Yeah, look, Pacquiao only threw 193 jabs compared to Mayweather, who threw 267. I mean, you could tell there's something evident there. But would it make a determining factor? Maybe. I mean, like to say I mean, okay, so let's go back to this point. Mayweather has, you say Mayweather has like a master class of boxing. You could say that because the rounds that Mayweather actually dominated, it was pretty a dominant round. It was a pretty clear round. Mayweather won. One of my favorite Mayweather moments during the fight, I believe it was the 11th round. Um, you know, he was baiting Manny in with the jab. He was walking around, and then out of nowhere, Mayweather throws a right hook or no, a right uppercut on Pacquiao. Pacquiao ate that one. Oh man, you could tell Mayweather was saving up that punch the whole fight just for like, oh, excuse me, just for that round. Oh man, it was unbelievable. Mayweather boxed, like he just boxed like he knew what Pacquiao was doing, what Pacquiao was about to do. Um, so you can, so when people say it was a master class boxing for Mayweather, you can say that it's definitely a legitimate claim. There's a lot of people that felt the fight was closer. Sure, that's a legitimate claim as well. You know, Pacquiao did land some big clean shots in the fourth round and the sixth round. You could say those were Pacquiao dominant rounds. And when Pacquiao dominated a round, like you say, the fourth round, it was pretty dominant. But a lot of the Pacquiao rounds were very, very close. Um, you know, so if you're a guy that prefers more of pressure fighting with, or you know, being like being the aggressors. I mean, like Pacquiao, he could he could definitely be, you know, you could definitely give him the round. But if you were fighting, you know, if you prefer more boxing style, you prefer more technique, you know, you give Mayweather the close rounds. So still a legitimate claim to say the fight was close. And to say Pacquiao won, you know, you could still say it's a legitimate claim because there's some people that, from depending where you were sitting at in the arena, you could, you know, see the shots that were landing for Pacquiao. But all in all, I thought it was an entertaining fight. Um, so a question would be, what about a rematch? You know, how do you feel about a rematch between uh, Pacquiao Mayweather? Man, I'm down. I mean, who else would you want to see Mayweather fight? You want to see Mayweather fight Amir Khan? You want to see Mayweather? Excuse me. You want to see Mayweather fight Danny Garcia, um, Keith Thurman? Wait, who does Mayweather have left? He doesn't have anybody. I would love to see a Pacquiao rematch. You know, you never know. I mean, when was the last time Pacquiao lost a back to back? I mean Pacquiao could adjust. I mean, you see him win his fight with Morales. You know, he turned a little bit more of a boxer in that fight against Morales compared to the first time he fought him, and he was able to learn. Um, so I mean, I still think it's an entertaining fight. My proposition though is the fight should at least be on free TV. It should not be $100 pay-per-view. It should at least be on free TV. You know, so people can, you know, treat it kind of like a Super Bowl kind of event, rather than having a bunch of commercials, rather than having, you know, an HBO special or a Showtime collaboration. So that's just my thing on it. I would love to see Pacquiao Mayweather rematch. But I mean, before Pacquiao agrees to a rematch with Mayweather, and those just reports right now that Mayweather doesn't want to give Pacquiao a rematch, but I still think it'll happen. The biggest money is always what Mayweather's looking for, but you know, Pacquiao needs to clean house. You know, Mayweather said there's a mole in the camp, and you have all of this and all of that. You know, Pacquiao needs to clean house. He needs to figure out who's actually leaking information. He needs to find out, you know, who's in there for his best interest rather than their best interest. So I believe, you know, before Manny actually goes out and gets a rematch, he needs to clean house. I mean, and also he just needs to take it. They just need to get better prepared next time. you know, Bob Arum, or you could say Top Rank or Michael Collins didn't even know what happened when it came into the you know, the issue regarding the shots for his shoulder. You know, they came very ill prepared for that. I mean, what is that? I mean, I don't know what more to say. Let's see. I'll probably hold this hangout for 10 more minutes. I don't even know, but yeah, I mean, all you have to give all credits to Mayweather. Mayweather boxed a great fight. Pacquiao, you know, it was a little hindered. So, you know, factually, you could say Mayweather is better than Pacquiao on May 2nd, you know, with an injured shoulder. But we have we have there's still too many X factors and too much money involved when it comes to you know, a rematch. So it would still be very hard to pick one. But you'd have to say if they fought again, Mayweather would be a huge favorite. You know, especially if Pacquiao's coming off an what's it called, surgery on his shoulder. So definitely, if I was Mayweather, I would just continue to keep punching that shoulder. So, so yeah, so that's basically it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Want to leave me a comment? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even planning to do one of these, but hey, it's just it's testing waters. No one wants to leave a comment. But yeah, definitely. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in to the broadcast or tuning in to Philippine news throughout fight week. Man, I was uploading video after video after video after video. I was able to interview all these like you know, just people just wanted to tune into the fight. Um, Yeah, I mean that's I did. You know, Pacquiao really did get injured. How I see it. I mean, sure, like the sparring partner came out, but when I was over at the media day, Pacquiao didn't even work out. He was just throwing left hands, and he was just like, you know, doing one of, you know, these punches, and he was just throwing left hands at Roach. You could tell. And he only did one round of mitts with Roach. I've never seen anything like that. So. Um, and to tell the truth, it does look like a cop out that, you know, Pacquiao came out after the fight saying, "Oh, my shoulder was injured." I mean, it did look bad on his part, but when I was there, Pacquiao didn't really talk about the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't talk about the injury. It was if I remember correctly, it was Bob Arum who brought it up. Pacquiao wasn't even talking about the shoulder, and out of nowhere, Bob Arum brings up the injury, and then people. Reporters kept questioning Pacquiao about the shoulder. So I mean, Pacquiao was willing to take, "Hey, I lost straight up to Mayweather." He said, "I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough." So I mean, yeah, that's basically what I saw. I mean, hey, so I mean, you could fault Bob Arum and Michael Collins that they allowed their fighter to do this, man. If I was in their shoes and Pacquiao got injured, I would have said, "Hey, let's postpone the fight." I mean, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. I mean, if Pacquiao postpones the fight, people are gonna get blamed him anyway. And then if Pacquiao loses the fight with an injured shoulder, he's gonna get blamed anyway. So no matter what, he's gonna get blamed. So I would have postponed the fight if I was on their shoes. Sure, I would have looked bad, but hey, no excuses. Yeah. So if you guys want to leave me a comment here, I'll try to answer as much as I can if I have thing. Give me a second. You guys got if you guys got comments down. Oops. I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Pacquiao always singing, man. Give me a second. All right. So I'm not really too familiar with Google Live or Hangout. So I don't know if I could really do stuff on here. But yeah, I mean, if I was a little more prepared, I would have prepared this in advance so we could, you know, talk about it more. But probably I'll do something next week. We can talk boxing, we can talk current events, or whatever you guys want. But uh, that's basically it. If you have anything, just leave a comment below. I'll address it next time. Uh, yeah, but I mean, you have to give credits to Pacquiao too. Imagine fighting with an injured shoulder. Just kind of like when Kobe was playing with an injured finger, or Michael Jordan playing with the flu. I mean, it's courageous. Instead of calling him a cop out, he's courageous. But this time Pacquiao lost. But still, I mean, you can't say he's a coward. I mean, he really went in there injured. I mean, you can't really say he's a coward. Who else would do that? Who else would do that? But yeah, it did look weird that he didn't, like, Michael Kantz. Michael Kantz was, signed off. Yeah, he wasn't injured, and then all of a sudden he's injured. Yeah, it did look kind of fishy, and that's why there's a lawsuit for to see what's it's all about. But yeah, what more can you say? But I think Pacquiao's very brave. He made the Filipino people proud. So many Filipinos still have his back. And I still see Pacquiao as a force in boxing. You know, he can still beat so many fighters out there. Just name a fighter aside from Floyd. He'll give him a good time. I would love to see. Let's see. I'd love to see a Maidana fight. Pacquiao Maidana. That would be a epic fireworks fight, or a Broner. Or I'm gonna get criticized for this, but I'd love to see Pacquiao Marquez 5. Um, you know, both of them always bring great fights. Pacquiao, Marquez, like these guys are destined to bring a great fight down to the wire. If it's by knockout, knockdowns, that's all, dude. What more can you ask for? Like the Pacquiao Marquez 4, that was one of the greatest fights ever. I mean, sure, Pacquiao ended on the canvas on that one, but look at it, a knockdown from Marquez. Marquez knocks down Pacquiao. Pacquiao got so pissed, knocked down Marquez. That was such a thrilling fight. I mean, if you reverse the roles, if it was Pacquiao who knocked out Marquez, I mean, Filipinos would have considered that one of the greatest fights of all time. But just if you put it the other way, I mean, if you put it for what it is right now, people then Filipinos really don't like to look at that fight because Pacquiao was on the canvas. But that was such a great, entertaining fight, and I would love to see another one. If Pacquiao Marquez was happening next weekend, that would be amazing because the fight's going to be close. The fight will be entertaining. These guys know each other so well. I would love to see a Marquez 5. Yeah, I mean, Broner has been calling out Pacquiao for a while. I'd love to see a Broner. I mean, if Pacquiao has a hard time with Broner, he definitely should have. Mayweather would definitely, you know, just say, hey, you don't deserve to fight me because you can't even fight Broner. I mean, you can't beat Broner. But I think Pacquiao Broner would be pretty interesting. I think, who else is there? Kell Brook. Kell Brook got actually put above Pacquiao, or Terrence Crawford. Those are some big names. There's a lot of names out there for Pacquiao. So I mean, but Pacquiao's on the way out. So we'll just have to see. Uh, so yeah, that's basically it. There's no more thing. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be what I'm probably predicting. It's gonna be Mayweather Amir Khan for the final fight. I don't know. Like, do you think Amir Khan deserves that fight with Mayweather? A lot of people. Well, I was talking to my friend Chris from the UK. He told me, Khan doesn't deserve that fight. He's a huge, excuse me, Khan hater. But we have to wait and see. I would favor Mayweather in that fight, but there's really nothing else left for Mayweather. Mayweather is like on top of the mountain. He's TBE right now. Um, you know, I'd still say Pacquiao is still the best fight for him, even if Mayweather will be the huge favorite. I would love to see a rematch next year. So yeah, that's basically it. It's 4:30. Just a 30-minute just a 30-minute broadcast. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you stay tuned in on Philippine News. I'll keep you guys updated with some more boxing stuff. Keep you guys updated. More videos to come. I'll keep you updated with other Filipino fighters like Donaire, Hesta, Bruno Escalante, and other upcoming fighters like Joe Siapno, and you know, whoever you want me to cover. Just let me know, man. Just let me know. I know I kind of feel bad that it's, you know, I put up a lot of these videos and I don't really get to interact with a lot of people, but uh, I should do these more often. I should do these more often, be more prepared, and you know, get to interact with my viewers a lot more. But don't forget, I'm more interactive on Twitter. Just send me a tweet. Send me a tweet there, and also Instagram. I'm a lot more interactive on Instagram. So you already seen those on the corner of the videos that I have. I always put them up there. It annoys people, but hey, it is what it is. So follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Just you want to talk boxing with me? I'm always down to talk boxing and talk basketball. I'm a huge Houston Rockets fan. You can tell by the Twitter. I love the Houston Rockets and I love the um, Detroit Lions. Those are my two teams I just can't stop talking about. And I love boxing in general, so I'd love to do. I love to talk boxing people, Detroit Lions and Houston Rockets. We could talk, you know, sports in general. I love sports overall. So that's that for the first Google Hangout. It's not really a big blockbuster type, you know, event. Um, I'll try to have more of these. Just let me know what you guys think. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in through all these years and tuning in, especially to the Pacquiao Mayweather coverage that I was providing here on Philippine News. But yeah, that's basically it. Just Esguerra. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.